Okay, and welcome, and I'm going to talk you through how to export out your work from Avid. So if you haven't got them already, first place you need to start is on Visualize on www.motionjuju.com, and then you need to click on MA Multimedia Broadcast Journalism, which will bring up this page here, and then click to download the Avid user settings and media encoder presets, like so. Once they're downloaded, I suggest you put them in a safe place, preferably on your removable hard drive. So I've put mine on my removable hard drive under Avid and media encoder settings. So I'll come back to them in a minute. In Avid, I need to make sure that there are no mark in and mark outs on my timeline, and that I then need to go to my project bin, which is this one here, and click on settings. And at the minute I'm using my own settings because I logged on as me, so it's come up by default as my settings here, and I need to change this. So I'm going to click on here and go import user or user profile. You may find that it might already be on the computer, but we'll go through it anyway. And I need to find those presets which were on my hard drive under Avid and media encoder settings, Avid and me, Avid test are the settings, and I just need to click on open. And it will say here that user or profile already exists, which means it's already in my list here. Choose it from there, and the Avid test settings will be loaded, which may well jumble around the windows a little bit, so you might just have to quickly, or not so quickly, rejig your windows like this, like so. Okay, right. So now I've got the Avid test settings loaded. I can simply click on my timeline and go File, Export. And when I go File, Export, by default the export setting that should come up is Gallery HD. If it's not there, coming up by default, you can click on here and it will be on this list here. I need to give my timeline a sensible name. Final Mov's pretty good. And just for ease, I'm going to put mine straight on my hard drive on a new folder called Exported Work. I click on Create and create that. And I'm going to click on Save. What will happen now is my work will export out using the Gallery HD user settings. While that's encoding out, what I can do is I can jump into Adobe Media Encoder, which is here. You might have to search for it in Spotlight or look for it under Applications. It's Adobe Media Encoder CS6. And when that opens up, let me just resize this a minute. Oops. Trouble with my screen here. So Adobe Media Encoder. And what I need to do is import preset. Again, look at my hard drive, take a walk, and then Avid and media encoder settings, Avid and media encoder presets, and choose HD Turbo 1080. Click open, and the preset will then come in here, HD Turbo 1080. If I select that ready, then that will be the preset that gets used when I bring in my clip from Avid. or the clip that I exported from Avid. So I'm just going to pause a minute while that. Okay, so my export's finished from Avid and I can find it under my folder which was entitled Exported Work, and there it is, Final MOV. So if I bring back Media Encoder like so, I could just bring this window down slightly and just bring Final MOV into Media Encoder like so, dragging and dropping it. Okay, there we go. And in fact, what's happened is it's used the last preset that I used, which was H.264. So it's no problem, because what I'm going to do is export out for Vimeo and for the Turbo at the same time. So you get a copy that you can upload for your blog and also a copy you can use for transmission. So in order to get another version in here, I simply go add output like so. It will come up as H.264 here as a duplicate. What I can do now is choose MPEG-2, and then from here, the preset button, I can choose HD Turbo 1080. And then from H.264 I just need to click on the preset, and from the bottom of this list choose Vimeo HD 1080p 25. Then on here I just need to click and choose where I'm outputting to. So I want to go to my hard drive, I want to go to Exported Work, and I'm going to call this Final Vimeo, and I'm going to click on here and call this Final. Need to get to the right place, which is here and here, and call that Final Gallery. So basically I've got final.mov going in, and then I've got this version for Vimeo coming out and this version MPEG-2 for the gallery. Simply now need to click on the green start button and both versions will come out there. Once they've come out, it's a simple matter of copying your gallery version onto a USB stick and then taking it to the gallery. I hope this has been useful, and I'll be back with more tutorials soon.